Hello, 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 ProCycle friends and family. This is Carl, and this is ProCycle's Tech Talk, coming to you from our world headquarters in Springfield, Oregon. Today we want to talk about tire PSI. We get a lot of discussion about this. People want to run real low PSI, and I always used to do this and do that. And PSI, there's a PSI we want to be at for street riding on pavement. There's also a PSI we want to run when we're off-road. And there's minimums and maximums we like on both those. The first thing you got to know about it is today's tire manufacturers are aware that the bike you're riding is no longer that old 72 XL 250 or the old DT1 250. The bikes today have definitely got more power and more weight, and the dual sport tire manufacturers, all of them, they understand it's going to be on a bigger bike that carries a lot more weight, and they design their tires accordingly. They know your bike, they know the environment you're going to be riding in, and they've built a tire that's going to work great in that condition for whichever one you select. We just want to make sure you have the right PSI where you can get the maximum performance and the maximum longevity out of the tires. Now, one thing we have noticed is a lot of people, again, back in the old school days, when the bikes were real lightweight, we used to run like 15, 16 PSI because it would really squat down and give you a great footprint. And back then, that was an okay thing to do. Today's tires are designed, again, for the big bikes. We really don't want to go lower than like 20 or 22 PSI off-road, and we really want to keep it around the high 20s, maybe 30 PSI on pavement. Some of the bigger bikes, the big BMWs, the big KTMs, may want to run a little bit more pressure when they're on pavement, but we see no reason to ever run below like 20 PSI in any condition. Real sandy, real muddy, you're just going to have to get yourself through it. But if you do get through it, when you get back and you're going to go on the pavement, we want you to get that pressure back up to where it should be for pavement riding. We don't want the flex. And let me show you here in a moment what that does. One of the things when you run low pressure, the sidewall really squats down. You see, I'm just putting my body weight on it, and you see how it squats down. Now, that gives you a real good footprint and a real good traction. But when you run on pavement and it's squatted down like this, the tire rotates around, expands up back where it needs to be, and it goes down here and it squats again. That's a lot of activity on the sidewall, expanding and contracting, expanding, contracting. Creates a lot of heat and really shortens the tire life. That's why when we get back up on pavement, we want to put this tire pressure back up to where it be, right there where it's going to be. Again, when you get all the tire pressure and it squats down way too much, that's great for off-road, but we don't want to run it like that on pavement. And we'll show you just here an example of a front tire. They'll even go a little bit more. They'll squat down again, that's great traction, but you run pavement with tire pressed out like that, and what's going to happen is when you go into a turn, the front end's going to want to bite and it's going to want to tuck on you. We want to get that pressure on the front tire back up to a nice safe. Again, on pavement, we want to be high 20s, if not around 30 PSI for your tires. Let me show you about tire pressure checking. I'm going to take the cap off of our Shop XR 650L. We're going to check the pressure. First, we're going to check it with one of the dill gauges we have here. Now, these are a nice digital gauge. They're backlit. They got a light so you can see where you're going, and you press it on and you hold it in there, and it's going to tell you where your pressure is. And these are very accurate gauges. They're extremely accurate, and you can see I got matched pressure just using two of them right there. They work extremely well. This is a must for every toolkit. We also have, and I didn't want to rip it out of this, just as accurate, the gauge from Cruise Tools. These aren't backlit, but they're easy. You can carry it in your pocket if need be, and they're very, very accurate, and they'll give you great reading. One of the other things you have, you're going to go for a big adventure ride. We want you to have a good quality tire gauge as well as a pump. You're going to need a pump. It's like one of those Murphy Law things. The one time you leave home and you don't have it, that's when you're going to need it. We've had our tried and true Stop and Go for a couple decades now, and that is a quality product, no two ways about that. We've got this new one that's come on the way, which is a cordless little setup, and you can just kind of press the button and get it to start, and it starts right up, and you can set the PSI where you want it to be, and then when you want it to operate, press the buttons, go. No cords. It's shut off at the pressure you set, or you could shut it off anytime you want. This is one of our new products. We're really happy with it. We think this is pretty much a must for anybody doing big dual sport rides. And hey, as always, thank you for watching. And everyone here at ProCycle enjoys sharing our tech tips with you to get you going down the right path. And don't forget to give us a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel along with our ProCycle newsletter. And please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have any tech talk ideas you'd like to see or any suggestions, send it in to us. We love hearing from you so we can get information that helps everyone. And remember, your adventure begins here.